boy.
Once upon a time, a DJ's task was just to play records. What more could you ask? But then came remixes, scratching and cuts, which was too much for many. Drove some DJs nuts, but the DJ named Glove has reigned supreme as the turntable wizard of the hip-hop scene. So listen to him, check him out, but remember this: when the glove's on the wheels of steel, he's reckless.
Hey everybody, yo, it's your boy Derek Kendall. Yo, I got the pleasure of literally doing an exclusive interview with the man himself, Mr. Mick Benzo. We're gonna introduce you to him in just a second, but first of all, listen, y'all gotta know something. Do y'all know where I'm at? Bronx River Community Center. Trust me, this is a legendary historical spot. We're gonna cover some topics, mainly covering the culture, known none other than hip hop.
I reminisce. Yeah.
I reminisce for a spell, or shall I say think back 22 years ago to keep it on track. The birth of a child on the 8th of October, a toast, but my granddaddy came sober. Count all the fingers and the toes, now I suppose you hope the little black boy grows. 18 years younger than my mama, but I really got beatings cause the girl loved drama. In single parenthood, there I stood. By the time she was 21, had another one. This one's a girl.
Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Benz.
Oh man, great to see you, man. Thanks for having me, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You made it all the way to the Bronx River Community Center, man.
Yeah, man, coming all the way out from Brooklyn.
All the way from Brooklyn. I mean Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
We call that Brooklyn, but your boy just got an Oscar out there too from Brooklyn.
Oh yeah,
Spike Lee. Yeah,
oh man, shout out to Spike Lee.
Yeah, he
man,
did his
doing
thing.
Big things. Yeah,
know?
absolutely.
But it's a pleasure for you to be in the Home of Gods. This is called the Home of Gods, man. I mean, your intro was beautiful. You let the people know it's a legendary community center.
That's right.
This is not a club. This place here in Bronx River, better known as Bronx River Community Center, had lots of parties for 50 cents and $1 when it first started.
I never knew that. Wow.
I mean, Brooklyn, a lot of love for Brooklyn because y'all had some hell of a DJs out there. You had some hell of a DJs in Brooklyn. I can't front because the culture of hip hop, everybody has a story.
Right.
And their story means a lot to them. You can't take it away from you. You can't call them a liar because you wasn't on the same block to say, oh, they lying.
Right.
That's what I respect about hip hop. It has elements. But what we did in the Boogie Down Bronx, in this place called the Home of Gods, Bronx River, the first family of hip hop is the Universal Zulu Nation, whether they like it or not.
Beautiful.
I am a co-founder of that thing called the Universal Zulu Nation. And what we did was we created a culture. Because when we first started doing music, we had a place called the Tenement Building. You go into the basement, seriously, with the blue lights, with the fluorescent lights. You had your posters on, and the posters used to look like when you go in, you had a lot of lint on it. Okay, so music started then. We were playing our parents' music.
Got you.
Like the Moments, the Delphonics, the Spinners, the Whispers. But then somehow or another, I'm not going to say I did it, because we didn't create the turntable, we didn't make records, we didn't create no microphones. What we did do is found a record that we can actually keep going back and forth and letting that beat stand and let an MC talk.
Okay.
That's when we created something called hip-hop.
Dope, man.
But there was no name for hip-hop at first. There was no genre of music on any musical charts in 1973.
Y'all heard it,
Back in
1973, y'all.
There was no genre of music called hip-hop. It was R&B, it was jazz, it was gospel, it was country.
Right.
It wasn't no hip-hop. We created a culture with breakdancing, graffiti, MCing, and DJing right here in the Bronx.
So tell us, man. I see you got the emblem on your jacket there.
Yeah.
Tell us, what is exactly the art of rap? Is it a documentary? Is it a tour? And tell us, what is your association with this particular name or production?
Yes, sir. Well, first, the Art of Rap started off as a documentary that I was an associate producer with a gentleman by the name of Ice motherfucking T, not just Ice-T. That's the way he goes. You know, so Ice-T had an idea of doing a documentary called The Art of Rap. He wanted to actually interview some of his peers that he grew up on, that he respected in the music genre of hip-hop. When he came, Ice-T came 10 years later. I want to say it again, 10 years later, when hip-hop was already being done.
Beautiful.
So he's the second generation, not the first generation.
Second generation.
But what he wanted to do is do a documentary not on cars, not on houses,
Right.
not on jewelry.
Right.
He wanted to do a documentary on the craft of rapping. What does a rapper does to get where he's going to make that song? And at that point, after the documentary came out in 2012, I decided to sit with him and say, yo, we need to turn this into a concert and a festival. And he said, Mick, we need to turn it into nothing.
Yeah.
You should do it. I'm like, why would you say that? He said, because you managed me, you represented Big Pun, you represented Fat Joe, you worked with Lord Finesse, you worked with King T, you worked with the Furious Five, you worked with a lot of people. You're a manager. So you knowing a lot of people, maybe you should put this together. And the first year we made it a big festival. We played in front of 15,000 and 14,000 with hip hop.
Really?
So we are showing you that the art of rap, it has elements. So what we do is, the art of rap is not just about classic hip hop. It's about hip hop.
That's a fact.
If I can afford to get Cardi B, she'll be on that stage seeing the elements of hip hop.
Right.
Because at some point we have lost the music part is there, but we lost the culture of it.
Beautiful.
Where's the breakdancer? Where's that graffiti artist?
I agree.
I don't even know who Cardi B DJ is. So the elements is moving away, but now the art of rap wants to present the culture of hip hop back to you. That's what the art of rap is.
Okay, Mick. Yo, man, got your boy Charles here, chilling.
What up?
Know what I'm saying? Sitting B-boy style. This is another element of hip hop. Trust me, this is what the art of rap brings to the table. Hit it.
The art of rap, and this is what we bring to the stages and concerts and festivals. That's just one of the elements of hip hop. If you know the other three, you know it's DJing, graffiti, MCing. You saw a piece of breakdancing. Welcome to the world of art of rap, right here in Bronxville Community Center. Don't even touch that down. Think about it.
Man, so tell us, like, what are some key points as far as like the artist's lyrics and the content that they use? Like, you know, what usually drives the lyrics in some of these artists' you know, their songs? You know what?
Sometimes it's upbringing. You got to remember, when we first started hip hop, we were doing things like there was a party night, everybody was shaking. We were partying. And here comes a guy 10 years later says, 6 in the morning, police at my door. Fresh Adidas swept across the bathroom floor. What the hell is that? We're like, wait a minute. We can agree to that because that's when the police come, when we out there selling drugs or we done got into a shootout or a fight. They come top of the morning.
Wow.
And I can remember clear as day. I got to bring this back because this is history of hip-hop. 31 years ago, Ice-T performed at a place called the Prospect Theater in the Boogie Down Bronx. It was his first performance with a group called Ultramagnetic. And in that same day, there was a gentleman named Larry Davis who had just shot up the police. Ice didn't even know him. But they're like, yo, Ice, man, this kid just shot the police. He got away. Wow. And he was drived up there because Los Angeles was going through a lot of things with the police. The hustling, the pimping. So we, again, the lyrics drives from your upbringing, from where you at.
Got you. It's real life situations that
exactly. That's what it is. When Public Enemy was speaking, they were thinking about the function of peace. Africa Bambaataa and the Soul Sonic Force was peace, unity, love, and having fun. KRS-One, you know, Absolutely. Any means necessary. Absolutely. Because he was an orphan. Remember, this guy lived in shelters. God. So his upbringing said, any means necessary, I got to win. So your lyric content comes from your environment.
So it was potent. It was real.
I mean, look at the X-Clans. The movement. Right. And that's what's missing today's rap music, because it's not hip-hop. Today's rap music is missing elements of Funny, Biz Markie, right. Flavor Flav. Conscious, Public Enemy, KRS-One, X-Clans, Zulu Nation. Rakim, a god, lyricist. You know, so we're missing elements in the music. Everybody is almost rapping the same. I'm not mad at them, though. Totally. And let me tell you why, sir. Because if none of this would be going on, hip-hop would be dead.
Got you.
We have to allow the kids to do what they want to do today because the simple fact, hip-hop was brought up for the young ones. When we first did it, our parents did not know what the world we were doing. 46 years ago, hip-hop was birthed.
Right, 46 years ago.
46 years ago.
46 years, people.
So if you're 30, you're loving the rap music right now. You don't know hip-hop.
Got you.
The art of rap is trying to bring that back to you. We want to give you the elements of hip-hop. We don't want you to lose focus on what hip-hop is.
That's a fact.
But again, hip-hop is made for young people.
Yes.
It's not made for me. It's not made for you. But what we need to do is understand, as long as they playing it in the clubs, on the radio, and in the cars, hip-hop is still alive. Absolutely. I give it up to the guys that are doing it right now today for the simple fact, if they wasn't, and we doing all this complaining, they're going to goddamn studio and make a record.
There we go.
Stop talking about what they're doing compared to what you're not doing. That's unfair. There's no comparison with us. Again, I mentioned earlier, I don't know who the DJ is. I don't see break dancers anymore. I don't see graffiti artists anymore. Yeah. So how's that any comparison to what we're trying to do? The art of rap is doing that again. And it's open door for each and every artist. This is not a classic concert or festival. It's music. Music has no color.
Got you on that, man. I hear you loud and clear, Mick. Man, very well said as well, man. You're very, very detailed and articulate how you responded to that particular question. Man, I love it. So tell us, man. I hear that the Zulu Nation, you know, and the Soul Sonic Force, like you mentioned before, they created a term called the Dozens, and it was like I believe like a form of throwing words at each other, to get cheers or to get a judge's approval. You know what I'm saying? Tell us, like, you know, what's your take on that? Is that truly how it was?
No, sir. That's someone like a Chief Rocker, Busy Bee, a crowd rocker.
Okay.
Look for the oohs and the ahs and the, that's dope.
Yeah.
Soul Sonic Force was on records like Renegades of Funk, Time and Ageless Renegade. There was always renegades like Dr. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. I forgot the other name, but listen to what we're saying. We're telling you there was always renegades in the building.
Absolutely.
Because the simple fact, we're educating you through music. Music is a way to educate any and everybody.
Any and everybody.
And you know why? Music has no color. If the record sounds good, it's sound waves that move through your ears to say, wow, that's dope. Again, Listen to the music they playing today. Some of it you like. You can't even sit there, no, I don't like none of that. That's a lie. Music has a sound wave that goes in your brain and it's, oh, that's dope. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I mean, I may not say I want to buy the record.
Right.
I mean, I'm like Barry Gordy. If I had $1.25, would I take my $1.25 and get me a sandwich, or would I buy that record? No, I think I'd buy the sandwich. But in the days when we were coming up, people would buy the record. There's no more records being sold. There's no more cassette tapes being sold.
Right.
Right now, what you have is a thing called INTERNET. I think it's called internet.
SoundCloud.
Yeah, you know, you go there, you click, you pay 99 cents, you get your download.
So you think that's a cheaper way, or like a way that's not as genuine as you guys had it, where you go into the store, you buy the record, you give it to the DJ's spinning all these, ones and twos.
It's very unfair because some people want to buy the album because they want to read the credits, man. Yeah. People like to read, snap, yo, give me a shout out. Yo, that's dope, that's my man. You know, they don't have that anymore. All we have is something called the internet. Again, I don't even know what that is, but it's the internet.
The internet. Yeah, hear that?
Yeah, it's not the internet, the internet. You know, that they took away from people's creativity.
Gotcha.
That made records, that put the producer down, put the mixer down. Shout outs to their man from the neighborhood. Shout out to their man.
Kind of corny, right?
You know, right now, that's all missing. Ask a kid right now, when you leave the interview, step to a kid who's 22 years and say, yo, man, what record you got? He asks you, what you mean, what record? He don't even know what a vinyl is. So they're trying to bring that back. Understand, man, we create things first and don't reap the benefits of it.
Copy.
It's like the guy who made this light up here.
Yes, sir.
He didn't reap the benefits of it. What, Thomas Edison? He didn't reap the benefit. You know who reaped the benefit? Con Ed.
Con Ed.
PSCG. They charge you for electricity.
Okay.
And this is the same thing they're doing with our music that we did 46 years ago.
Man, I could dig that.
We did it for fun. Didn't know it was a real business.
Right.
There were several independent labels like Profile, Tommy Boy, Select Records, Enjoy Records.
Yes.
Sugar Hill Records. Those were independent labels. When the major label like Warner Brothers and Elektra Records and Atlantic Records and Columbia found that they could make money, they started getting involved because this music meant nothing to them, because we took a Tina Garden record and we gave it to a group called the Treacherous Three, and they do Feel the Heartbeat, Feel the Heartbeat. We're the Treacherous Three. We got a new heartbeat. So what they were saying, man, they just using everybody's music and all they doing is jibble-jabbing over it. Once the major label found out they could make billions of goddamn dollars, that's where the music changed.
Wow. Yo, y'all people, y'all heard it first. Mick Benzo, we in the spot. Bronx, baby.
Bronx River Community Center, the home of gods, with me, the
That's
one and
right.
only, like Sony, Mick Benzo from the Art of Rap. Yeah, and I still represent Ice-T.
That's right. We're going to spin it back, baby. We're going to be back right with you. Hey, everybody. We are back. Y'all already know we are in the historical Bronx River Community Center. This place has been here for decades. Let me tell you something. I'm here with the director here. Tell us, man. You know this place. You know the history. What have you done, or what do you do for the community, the children, music, you name it. What goes on here, and what kind of content can we listen to coming out of from this particular location?
So when I first started working at Bronx River several years ago, I asked the community what they wanted in the community center. Okay. And what they spoke of was the history of hip-hop from Bronx River. They said, we want to bring hip-hop back to the Bronx.
Right.
So one of the first things I did was create a recording studio. And right now we have a recording studio at the Bronx River Community Center where our young people, adults, community members can come in and record a track for free.
Beautiful. Right here.
Right here.
And this,
right now. Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful. Excellent. And now the kids, right? What draws the kids to this place? Why do kids want to be involved with this particular community center? Tell us a little bit about that.
So this center is a safe haven, like I like to call it. We have a basketball court here, and everybody focuses on basketball and sports. I came in with a different agenda where I said, we have an opportunity to enhance the entire community because we have a space where we can get the young people in here And then now, once we have them in here, now we can be creative and teach them different arts, teach them different dance, teach them about technology, teach them about anything we want. But the main goal is getting them in here. Once we have them in here, then we create the environment and we create the culture that we want for them.
That's beautiful, man. You know, children definitely are the future, man. I feel as if anything, you guys are doing a great job keeping this place uptight and you know, keeping it running the way you have. The activities and the programs that go on here, to me, are astonishing. Man, coming from me, I'm only 34 years old. I love it. I'm actually, you know, inspired by what you do and you know, the historical elements that come out or have come out of this place to this date, 2019. Man, I gotta say, you know, I give it to you. You know, you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
And you know, we would love to, you know, kind of get more involved with what you guys do. Find out more information about it later on. We're gonna go around the neighborhood. We're gonna find out more.
And one other thing I want to touch base on is this is not just a center for the children. This is a community center for the families. You know, we create wraparound services where we do intergenerational activities with the senior citizens and our young people. It's very important that our seniors educate our young people about the history, because we do not want bad history to repeat itself. So that's some of the programs we have going on, and it's very crucial and very intentional, the holistic approach that I do with our teachings of the programming that we run.
I hear that, you know, being that this place is an historical spot for hip-hop and the culture and the kids, tell us a little bit about the older people that come here. What do they have to say? What's their take on this place?
Every time we have older folks that come in, they just talk about the history of what Bronx River used to be, you know, and what the culture, the community environment, the aspect of families looking out after one another, you know, that has gone and diminished a little bit, you know, and I want to bring that back.
Wow.
Where is that community aspect, you know? Where are our families looking out for each other's children? You know, when you have, you know, Pedro or Juan in the corner peeing in the elevator, where is the neighbor calling the mothers and the fathers and letting them know we have to take care of our community because we live here, you know? Right. And that aspect has changed. So when they come and they see that, they say, Bronx River was not like that when we were here. Wow. So I'm trying to change that culture and the environment, and it's starting with the young people and changing the mindsets of what it is. You know, we have the opportunity to be successful. We have an opportunity to create an environment where we're all going to progress and change what the history wants us to do, repeat itself in the cycle of poverty. We can get out of the poverty. We can rise above that, but we have to work together as a community to do so.
Okay, cool, man. Hey, man. Anybody that's out there that's struggling, I know the Bronx is known for a relatively, it could be considered a relatively poor neighborhood as we speak to this day. But is there like any programs where you know there's food available, where you know you can offer to anyone that needs specific help, or if they're struggling out there, that kind of thing?
So we do have food pantry here once a month. Unfortunately, we don't have it as much as I would like. We offer our participants food every single day. So we do have food, and then anytime people come in, we always have a pantry on deck, so we're able to provide some kind of food for the families. Man, that's beautiful, and that's very beneficial to the community, man. Like I say, you know, you got me kind of all emotional inside. I just feel like, you know what, you're inspiring me to want to do better. And I appreciate, you know, you for even having me in your community center to even have this interview to talk about these specific topics. They're very vital. They're very important in the world. Brooklyn, you know, Brooklyn, Queens, you know, especially where I'm from. It's a different it's a different vibe here, man. And coming from where I'm from, I can relate to it so much, man. So I appreciate you. Thank you. No, thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Right. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Hold it. Oh, you son of a gun. Yo, you should be used to this, yo.
Yeah, man. Yo, people, we still here covering the art of rap. We back. You know what I'm saying? We in front of the spot. Check it out. Look.
Bronx River Community Center, baby.
Goddamn.
Ooh, this is 174th Street in the Bronx.
We all the way out here?
In the Bronx.
Man, I come from Brooklyn.
Let me tell you a secret, though. You know there's 5 boroughs, right? It's Manhattan, Queens, Staten Island, and Brooklyn. We're the only ones with a title. You know what that is?
What's the title?
the Bronx. You never say I'm from the Bronx. You say I'm from the Bronx, right?
Right.
You say I'm from Queens. You don't say the Queens.
No.
You don't say the Manhattan. You don't say the Staten Island, right?
They
You
got
said,
the.
we got a title.
Yeah.
This is the Bronx, baby. We start everything. We trendsetters.
I call it
You're in the
BX.
birthplace of hip hop. And I see a brother of mine, right? He's my nephew, but I call him a little brother. I see two of them standing around. I want to call them over and find out, is Bronx River still Bronx River? That be all right with you?
Yeah.
Hey, yo, TB.
Yo.
Oh, my man. What's up with you,
Hey,
man?
man, how you feeling?
All right,
What's
man.
good with your
Good
family?
to see you, man. So you still in Bronx River?
Yeah, man. 53 years strong.
Yes.
53 years you've been living in
Bronx River. I am a product of Bronx River.
Respect.
I am very thankful to say and grateful to be a product of Bronx River. I love my hood. I had the privilege to be able to come up under a brother
Yes,
like
sir.
Mickey
Yes.
Benson. Coming up under a brother like Mickey Benson, I was a part of being in the rap culture.
Yes,
I
you
came
was,
up
sir.
with Africa Bambaataa.
Good
Came
job.
up with Cool Herc. I
Yes,
came
sir.
up with Disco King Mario.
Oh, Chuck
I came
City.
up with all these individuals that became a great part of hip hop. I've been a part of it. Again, I'm just grateful to be here standing before you guys to share with you guys a little history on my experience living in Bronx River.
So for 53 years, you ain't even moved out of the projects, but you moved away from the projects, you moved out, but you came back into this project, in this community center called Bronx River Community Housing. And what do you do now for Bronx River? Because you used to be one hell of a kid.
One hell of a kid. I grew up in the rough age when it was, surviving. Survival was the kick.
Melly Mel
But
said only the
today-
strong will survive.
Today, I am giving back to my community.
That's right.
I've been working here in the center, not only living in the projects for 53 years, I worked in the center for 5 years. I worked for Children Arts and Science. Children Arts and Science is community workshop. We're giving back to the kids of the projects, of the community. Giving back, we have all these different programs that Mr. Tumas already explained to you guys. We have a studio, we have dance, we have basketball, we have baseball, all these different activities to keep the kids off the street. You know what I mean? And it's a big part of my life at this point in time because, again, I came up, born and raised in Bronx River. And to be able to see the kids of today come up and have something to be to depend on, a safe haven, because this used to be my safe haven. Bronx River Neighborhood Center. I used to come here to be safe from being in the street. And today, these kids is forming, they following the same trend. This is Safe Haven, Bronx River Neighborhood Center. Again, I'm just thankful to be able to be raised under Mickey and being able to see what he has brought back to the neighborhood. He's come back to give you a little history. He's come back to also participate in giving us computers, whatever we may need for the studio at hand. Mickey is a great part of helping out the community because he is Bronx River.
I care.
What a blessing. What a blessing.
He cares.
Very well said. Excellent. Well, we're going to move along, fellas. We're going to get a little tour of the neighborhood. We're going to have the gentleman of the art of rap describe a little bit about the music, the art form, tell us more about the culture of hip-hop, how it started, and some more of the original content. So let's get moving, y'all. Yeah, Mick, so tell us, man, we in the neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
Take us on a little tour now.
So
You know,
we're
where we
gonna
going
do.
ahead?
I want to walk around the back of the community center where really that was our clubhouse, man. And, Bronx River Community Center. But the back was where we did all the parties at for real. When we came off of 1595, when we used to put the speak out the window, that was cool. But then we had action to go in the back where we did your break dancing. A lot of artists came through here too.
Oh, yeah,
man.
yeah. Tell
A
us,
lot of
tell
artists,
us,
man.
tell us about the artists. Tell us a little bit about like some of the artists that you worked with since then, to this day, and also why some of those particular artists.
I mean, I worked with the Furious 5 MCs, not Grandmaster Flash, but the group is known as Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5.
Right.
I worked with the Furious 5, Mal, Creed, Scorpio, and Son of a Queen, Raheem. I worked with them. We're the first group to get inducted in Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Man,
too,
that's
man.
big, man. That's
The first rap group to get inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame
Fame.
again is from the Bronx. The title, the Bronx. So we do everything first. We do everything first, though. It's a lot of first that we do. A lot of people don't know. I worked with Ice-T for years. I'm still with Ice-T. Over 30 plus years. You see him on Law and Order, Special Victor Unit. You hear him on Ice Cold, thing on TV.
Ice-T he doing Cold Blood now too.
Yeah. He's the voice of it, baby. Look, we still in the game. I worked with Lord Finesse. He was a dope lyricist, man. He was one of those guys who had that, flavor that you couldn't really get with. I even worked with Big Pun. Rest in peace.
Wow.
And I worked with Fat Joe, Joey Crack. So I've been around, and this is coming up with this right here. Oh my God, this thing look real small. It used to look big, man.
Yeah, that's because of these.
This thing used to look big, B. Today. This thing was that small that we always on stage. We had the Furious 5, you had some Cold Crush up there.
We had over 500 people out here.
MCs up there. You had Lisa Lee, the queen of MCs.
This very spot right here.
This very spot, we used to have over 500-600 people out here.
It's legendary, man. That's
and the break dances we used to do on cardboard.
What?
In Lilonian, both of those things they worked with, You couldn't afford the Lilonian, you get a piece of card, put rock out.
So about the culture, right? I know that, you guys put on incredible shows here. I'm talking about some historical stuff here, man. So since then, to this very day, 2019, hip hop, the state that it's in now, right? I want to know how has it evolved into this, this billion-dollar industry that it is. I know because we got it on. They got it on now. Cartoons. They got it on. What do you call it? TV show, kids shows, commercials. Is it too commercialized now?
I told you, hip hop became a billion-dollar business. And when you can get someone to listen, even on a commercial, or even look at the commercial because they have a certain artist on it, it helps their brand. And this is what we did, but we didn't know we were going to be able to do things like that.
Right.
We didn't know that, man. I looked at that new commercial that Cardi B's on, the Pepsi Cola. When the last time you had a Pepsi? Right, you haven't had a Pepsi since Kung Fu Fighting. Yeah. You might buy one because you saw Cardi B.
Right.
This is what hip hop does. It gathers us to buy their product. Hip hop is big, man. Commercials, movies, TVs, they can't stop it.
They can't stop it, huh? Do you think they kind of is it washed out? Does it still kind of hold its true element, as far as what we're doing?
I just said before, earlier today I was telling you that they're doing something different. Again, I got to go back to say these words. Hip hop is for young people. It's not for the 55 to 65. You know what I mean? It's not. I'm sorry to say, but we got to accept what they're doing because they're keeping it alive. They're not doing what we did. But they're doing a good job of what they're doing. I like it. The Art of Rap is welcome any and every artist on its stage, whether it's at a concert or a festival. As long as I can afford to pay them, they will be on it.
Oh, wow.
I'm trying to keep the culture alive, and I need them to understand. Stop allowing others to book dates that just want to make money off you. I care about the culture. I want to keep what we have created alive. That's what I'm trying to do. Can we keep that alive?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, definitely. So, all right, I know now the South Bronx has this I wouldn't even say a plague, but the South Bronx has a reputation of being the original birthplace of hip hop. Now, tell us just a tad bit, why no other place in the world? Why here in this, either Bronx River, South Bronx, whatever you name it?
Well, I gotta say the same thing I said earlier. Grandmaster Flash, Kool Herc, Disco King Mario, Africa Bambaataa. We did not, again, create records. We did not create a turntable. What we created was a culture. We took a culture right here in this backstage. We took your record, whether it was a Marvin Gaye record, a Temptation record, a Parliament, a Funkadelic record, a Sly and the Family Stone record, and we played it. We held the beat, and we let an MC rap. And all he said, yes, yes, y'all, to the beat, y'all. We created something.
That's powerful.
We created something. Queens was doing hip-hop, but they were doing disco.
They were doing disco, okay.
Brooklyn was doing hip-hop, but they were doing disco. Stop it. We started something different. We're not taking away from they were playing records, but everybody played disco. Let the music play. Everybody did that. We changed it in the Bronx. We are the first family. And if you think about it, the more reason I would say that because every artist that were up and coming from a KRS-One to a Q-Tip to a Ice-T to a Ice Cube to a Brand Nubians, what did they yell out? What's the name of this nation? Zulu. And who's going to get on down? Bambaataa. And every artist yelled about Zulu Nation. even in Japan, even in Germany, even in Australia, even in Austria, even in Amsterdam, they don't yell out Queensbridge. They said Zulu, Zulu Nation. They're not talking about Africa. They're talking about what we created in this project.
Right, that was the movement then.
Zulu Nation.
Zulu Nation, y'all hear that?
That's why we're the first family.
Yo, man, that's raw. Real, original content comes from the man himself that lived the lifestyle, breathed it, spoke it, rhymed it, danced it, you name it. You know, we here with Mick Benzo. You know, we chopping it up, covering the art of rap, hip-hop culture in its true element. Yo, tell us about, we here, you got this thing where, you know, that you're sponsored by this thing called Zingo TV, Men's Health, and even this thing, what is it, the Mixed League Basketball
There
team.
you go.
Tell us a little bit about all of that, man.
You know, NBA's been around for years, right?
Yeah.
You know, Rucker Park, EBC is known for great basketball players. A lot of athletes came out of the EBC, which is Entertainers Basketball Classic. Rest in peace, my man Greg Maris. He created that off of hip-hop. Once again, it was two rap groups that were talking crap.
Right.
I can beat your team, you can beat my team. So they started, Disco formed one other group, I forgot the name of it, but they were playing a game of basketball. That turned into the Entertainers Basketball Classic for over 30 years. Now,
Gotcha.
we watch WNBA.
Yeah.
You know,
Women's
that's
League,
we
yeah.
got the Liberties in New York Liberties. We see that, right?
Yeah.
There's a company called Global Mixed Gender Basketball where men and women will play together. WNBA, NBA, and street ballers will play on the same team, full court together.
Yes, yes.
Me
yes.
and Ice-T have a team called the New York Knights in the mixed gender. It's Global Mixed Gender Basketball.
Global.
You can look it up. Global Mixed Gender Basketball. Never been done before. Again, creating something and helping others get where they want to go at. We're gonna shock the world with this Global Mixed Gender Basketball. When you got mixed gender people playing together, men and women. I'm not talking about, oh, you're gonna see a girls game and a boy. No, the girls are gonna be on the court with you. You asked me something about me and Ice-T being into this hip hop world. We have watched a lot of our brothers die. Some of them died of pancreatic cancer,
Right,
which
yeah,
is Joey Robinson from Sugar Hill Gang. Some have died of cancer, which is AJ. You remember up in the Bronx, there was one DJ, he had to pass the test. That's right, y'all. His name is AJ.
Right.
AJ!
Whoa.
Hit!
Whoa.
Hit! Rest in peace.
Whoa.
He passed away from pancreatic cancer.
Oh, man.
My man, Mr. Freeze from the Jazzy 5 died of cancer. Scoots Robinson died of pancreatic cancer. So me and Ice was saying, we talk all this music, but when do we care about men? Because we watch football, basketball, baseball, and I always see the men wearing a pink hat or a pink shoe, pink ribbon on his arm, because they're representing females' breast awareness.
Right.
But when do they care about men? So men have to
Red topic.
understand that we have to consider going to the doctors a little more regularly.
I agree. 100%.
We got to go check our mouths. If your breath stink like shit, you're supposed to have an odor when you wake up in your mouth, but not shit odor in your mouth. That means you got a bad tooth, okay? All right? If you get up 4 or 5 times in the middle of the night to piss, your prostate fucked up. You need to go to the doctor. And then some of y'all don't realize when you have bad teeth in your mouth and you're swallowing that spit, you're swallowing bacteria so you can catch a stroke. So we came up with Male Awareness Foundation. And I'm tired of just talking about the women's breast cancer. Men get breast cancer too, for those who don't know it. We need to check ourselves. Our parents has never told you, when you go to the bathroom, I need you to grab your chest and squeeze your nuts and bolts. Make sure you got 2 balls down there, not 3. They don't tell us these things, man. So Male Awareness Foundation is very important. It's just as important as music, and it's going to save lives. I'm not into black lives. I'm into people. It's for men, white, black, Chinese, whatever your nationality is and your preference. Because some of the guys that act like women, they need to go check, though, because they're still men. So please, man, Male Awareness Foundation, and we care, man. The art of rap don't just care about music. We care about lives. That's what Zulu Nation always have been. Each one, teach one.
That's right. I'm Derek Kendall, people. You heard it from the man himself, Mick Benzo. We out here in the Bronx, covering the art of rap.
Artistic as it gets is Big Snoop Dogg, the one and only. So throw a pawn in the lawn and let me show you how it's supposed to be. Blow up like a bomb, napalm. Let me show you what it's supposed to be. Now get close to me. These are groceries. File them in the cabinet. Stab it. Let it go. This is my art form. I'm so original. Like Ice-T, but I don't drip drop on the flow. Get a hoe, get the dough. Let them know from the dough. Here we go, let it ride. Snoopy D-O-double-G. Eastside LBC. Show you how it's supposed to be. Look up at the sky. Do you see the moon or sun? It's Snoop D-O-Dub. Yes, I am the only one when it come to freestyle. Boy, I'm so cold. Make a nigga flip it to a whole nother episode. Watch a hoe. Hit the stroll. Get the money. Bring it back. Ice-T got his wife sitting in the Cadillac. Coco, there you go. Still the money. Still a show. Snoop D-O-double-G. I told you I'm original.
Yeah, y'all. So we back again. We on the historical stage, like my man Mick don't mention. You know what I'm saying? This is where they don't shut it down. I heard, yo, this place was flooded. I'm talking about to the back, to the left, to the right. What we gonna do, we gonna get back into the art of rap.
Right.
Tell us a little bit more, Mick.
My thing is they have to put their work in because we have a label too. It's called Pay Up Records. It's distributed through digital distribution, through Empire Distribution, which is the same outlets that Universal Attraction and Elektra Records and Warner Brothers have. Same outlets that they have. I mean, but you gotta put your work in order to be even acknowledged in the business. With the art of rap, my partner that deals with me on this one as well, Mr. David Bowles, he does a thing that does a showcase. And he does a showcase. And that showcase, if you win that showcase, you get a digital distribution deal and you get to appear on the art of rap stage in your market. So you got to put your
shout
work
out to David Bowles, y'all. Shout out to David Bowles.
Yeah, David Bowles set this one up real good. Yo, D, good looking.
Shout out to Mr.
But
Bowles,
again,
man.
you got to put your work in order to be on a stage of the art of rap or even get a record deal, which is a digital distribution deal where you be on every digital platform of selling your record. But you got to work. It's not my job to do the work for you.
So I hear that, man. So you guys are, if anything, distribution deal, perfect. All right,
Yes.
we got the newer artists, if anything, how they want to get in. We love it, man. We love the information. Now, with the art of rap, the movement is super dope. Now,
Yes.
are you guys doing anything as far as like international? Are you guys gonna take this to where it's like, you know, it's gonna be another spin-off documentary, and is Ice-T gonna be a part of that particular? Is he gonna direct
Good
that
question.
too?
Good question. This is what we're looking to do. It's just out in the atmosphere as we're speaking, which we are doing. But we're going to do the new artists as well for the art of rap because we did all the classic artists. Now it's time to showcase some, even going down south. But yes, we are going to take the art of rap overseas. Overseas respects hip hop a little more than the United States do. And we are coming. So yeah. And right now I'm having some meetings, some great meetings, and hopefully, I don't want to jinx myself, that this summer, in the month of May, June, July, August, we shall have at least 20 dates of the art of rap. Again, if you appear at any of those showcases that Mr. David Bowles is doing, you might win. And then whatever market you're in, if you're in Chicago, Detroit, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Philadelphia, Boston, Baltimore, if that's the market, when we come through your market, you will be one of the opening acts. But you have to put your work in. We're taking this overseas. The art of rap will be overseas.
Y'all hear that? Yo, hard work pays off, baby. Listen, man. 2019, we're about, listen, about, what is it, about 46 years after the whole thing began back in the 70s. Listen, man. Mick Benzo, tell us.
Yes, sir.
What's next for you? What's
next is to push the culture of hip hop and continue to do that. But I got to start focusing on that male awareness. I need my men. I need all my men to go get a physical. I can't save your life, but what I can do is extend it for another year or two. Remember, the best person that can tell you why you sick, or who can help you is a doctor, not your parents, not me, not your uncle. Go to a professional. His name is doctor, and it can be the emergency office if you don't have a primary doctor. Go get your physical.
That's right.
Makes a difference.
Yo, man.
Saving lives. Men lives. Not only women, but men.
Listen, man, pay attention. Help is very important.
Yes,
like
please.
my man Mr. Benzo put it. Listen, please take care of your health, gentlemen. The art of rap, we here with the representatives, true pioneers of hip hop.
Yes, sir.
It's not a game, y'all.
Yes, sir.
I'm Derek Kendall.
I'm Mick Benzo. I appreciate y'all. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Matter of fact, don't even think about changing the dial until the credits come on. Be good.
Yes, sir.
So listen to the music, let your mind feel free. Elijah with the master G-L-O-V.